Hi, my name's Otto. I just wanted to do a quick little tutorial on getting started with Mixitup and linking it with VTube Studio so that way you guys can get started with setting up automated redeems that your chat can use during your streams, such as this, or this. Mixitup is a very powerful tool and I enjoy it a lot, so I'm here to show you how. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is get Mixitup connected with VTube Studio. I'm going to go into this assuming that you have Mixitup installed and you have an account set up with it already. And if you don't, I'll go ahead and I'll put a link down below in the description so where you can download that. So first thing you want to do is open up VTube Studio, go into your settings, which is the cogwheel on the left, and then at the top left with general settings, and then scroll down until you find the VTube Studio plugins. Make sure that the Start API is checkboxed, so that way it can actually communicate with Mixitup. Go ahead and then open Mixitup, go to the three bars, and then scroll down to Services. Scroll down again, so you see VTube Studio, hit Connect. Make sure that the port numbers are the same, 8001 should be the default. Hit Connect. A little pop-up should appear in VTube Studio. For Mixitup, hit Allow. And if you go back into Mixitup itself, you should see a little checkbox. And inside the plugin configs, you should see Mixitup right here as well. And that's it. Now we can get started making some basic commands. Go ahead and go over here to the hotkey settings and expressions at the top left. And now this all depends on your model and the person who did your rig. I have a lot of options available and some that I've made myself. Make sure this is communicated clearly and what your expectations are that you should have available for toggles. Yours might be set up already depending on whoever did your rig, if they set them up. But if not, you can go into the expression editor, create new expression, and then find whichever parameter that you want set. I'm going to make mine for the cape. Move this or however you want it to be. I'm going to put it all the way over to the right so that way my cape is gone. And then give it a name. We'll do gone, just that as an example. There we go. You should see it in this list right here too. I have this one already because this is the one I have made for myself already. Cancel out of that. Scroll all the way down until you find the little plus icon. Click that, and you'll see a new box appear. This is going to be the parameter that you have set that is going to trigger for the redeem. Go ahead and give it a name real quick. We'll give mine Gone Cape again just as an example. Choose the hotkey action. We're going to do a set unset expression with the expression being the Gone Cape that I just made. Go ahead and give it a key combination. I would recommend this just so you have a little bit of manual control and you can test that it actually works. I'll give mine to numpad 9 really quick. Now when I press numpad 9, it removes the cape. You're technically done with this now. You can give it a different fade timer, you can make it stop after a few seconds, or you can give it a on-screen hotkey as well that you can press with your mouse. There's also the option for gesture triggers. I currently don't use this, but if you do, you can also set it up for that too. Now let's say you don't have any of these parameters set on your model, and you want to make something like the head pad that I showed in an example earlier, which is a GIF that plays. Go ahead and close out of this, open the menu again, and now click the item settings over here. You have to make sure that it's loaded into the folder to select it from, and you can find that pretty easily from Steam itself. Go to VTube Studio, right click, manage, browse local files, VTube Studio data, streaming assets, items. And then you can throw in whatever you want it to be here. Right here is the head pad animation that I have. I'm going to show you. Then we can find that here. Set it up however you want. Position it however you want. That's really it. Now click the 3 stars over here for the item scenes for hotkey. We're going to do a create new scene. You'll see the item that you had put on, give it a name, headpat 2 since I already have one created, and hit save. Now go back into your settings, expressions, click this button again to add a new one, give it a name, headpat 2, hotkey action. Now we're going to do toggle item scene for this. Select, choose the scene, headpat 2 is the one I just created, and give it a a key to press. We'll give mine to 6. Press it. You can see it toggles that scene. And that's it. You're done on the VTube Studio side. Now we can move on over to Mixitup to actually getting these redeemable in your chat. Alright, so now we can start making the actual redeem in Mixitup. Go ahead and open Mixitup. Go to the 3 bars drop down. Switch channel points. And now there's one of 2 ways that you can do this. You can either make the reward beforehand in Twitch, or you can have Mixitup make it for you. We're going to go with the second option because I find it a lot easier. So do create new channel point reward. Give it a name. We'll do Gone Cape as the example. Created successfully. Find it. Hit the edit command, which is like this little text bubble with the pen in it. And it opened up this box, your command editor. Go down to the bottom where it says action. Roll all the way down until you find VTube Studio. Then click the little plus icon. This will add it on in here. So now we need to make the actual action. So we're going to change it to running a hotkey, the model that we have it made on, and then the hotkey itself. You can see it right here at the bottom, Gone Cape. Click save, and you're technically done. So now what we can do to test it out is if I click this button right here for the test command, yeah, it works. It's pretty much the same process for the item scenes as well. We'll create a new one, do head pat 2. And you can see I put the timer on the cape, so it actually came back automatically. And that's on VTube Studio's side. Find the head pat 2. Action, VTube Studio, add, run hotkey, model, and then the hotkey itself. Head pat 2, hit save, should be good. Now let's test it. There you go. Now you can do other things like adding sounds, for example. I find adding sounds to a lot of these redeems helps out a lot, which with seeing them happen and being able to interact with chat when it does. Such as my regular head pats. Like that. And now what you want to do probably is then edit all of these in Twitch's side to make sure, it costs the right amount of channel points, or if you want certain timers or restrictions set on them. Now let's say you're not an affiliate just yet, so you don't have access to use Twitch's channel point. That's fine too. You can set these up as commands then that your chat is able to then use in Twitch chat to make these appear. So go to the 3 bars for the dropdown. Go to commands. Click new command. Give it a name such as headpat2. The trigger. You don't need to add the exclamation, but I like to, just so I know exactly what. You can make it head pat. Uncheck this if you're putting in the exclamation point. Check this if you don't. Then we're going to do pretty much the same thing. Down, add VTube Studio, hotkey, model, and that. And that's really it. Then from here you can set, who's able to use it, any kind of timers that you want on it. So like you can do a standard timer, say I don't want this any more than 60 seconds. And now it'll restrict that, so every 60 seconds, somebody's able to redeem the headpat command by using exclamation point headpat in chat. All right, and in no time at all, you have successfully connected Mixitup with VTube Studio and gotten started in creating your first redeems. This helps automate the process a lot. So that way you're not constantly looking and seeing what redeems are coming through, manually pressing buttons, or keeping track of timers for different things like that. If there's any other questions that you have with Mixitup, please let me know it down in the comments. It's a very powerful tool and it can seem a little daunting at first, but trust me, it's very easy once you start diving into it. So go ahead and experiment, explore around, create different things, and share those with me as well. I want to see what you guys are making. But until then, I'll see you in another tutorial. Bye-bye!